Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today in this video, I will be showing you guys how to make a building system. So let's get right into it. Make sure to like and subscribe for more content like this. Let's go. So first, I'm just going to create a simple part for the building system. In replicated storage, create a folder, rename it to let's do objects, and place that part inside it. Make sure that it is anchored, and just to do something with this, or whatever, I'm gonna create a model and put it in objects. So now let's create our UI. So create a screen GUI and starter GUI, make a frame, rename it to main frame, anchor point 0.5, position 0.5, and size 1. Then set the background transparency to 1 as well. Now create a frame. Let's rename it to, let's rename it to build frame. Let's make the size of the X 0.2 and the Y 0.7. For the position, the Y is 0.5, the anchor point is just set it to 0.5. The X position, let's make that 0.12, 0.11, yeah, 0.11. I'm just going to increase the size a little bit to make it 0.8, and then add a UI corner radius 0.05, and let me make this a dark blue, because that looks pretty good. And then I'm going to add a gradient, make this a bit darker, change the rotation, like that. And then insert a scrolling frame and rename this to items. Size X 0.9 and then the Y 0.8. For the X position, make that 0.5. And then on the anchor point, make that 0.5 for the X position as well. And then for the Y on the position, let's make that 0.175. And set the background transparency to 1. And then I'm going to add a text label, rename it to title, background transparency 1, size X1, Y 1.5. Wait, no, 0.15. Scaled build, the caramel bold, maybe? Yeah, that looks good. So in the list, in the items scrolling frame, create a UI list layout, and then create a frame, and then set the size to 0.2, and let's actually do 0.4, and then the size constraint, make that relative XX. And now let's decorate this again. Also, make sure to rename this to template. I'm going to make that 0.5 and black, so I can delete that gradient. That looks pretty good. And then let's create a text label. Set the X to 1, Y 0.3, and then for the position, make the Y 0.7. And then you can just decorate this however you want again. Just so it doesn't look bad with long names, let's add a UI text let's add UI padding instead. So just set it to 5 for all of them. The offset for 5 is 5 for all of them. So now it looks pretty good. And then just in case, let's add an out UI stroke. Make that like 3. Can't really see it, but that's the point. Let's rename this to title as well. And then add a viewport frame into the template frame. I'll just name this object view. And then set the size to 1. Background transparency to 1. And let's make this go behind the title. So if we add a camera and let's just add a part. And let me real quick set the, where is it? Let me set the current camera to that camera. And let me fix this. And make this go out some more. So as you can see, wait, let me just make this 0, 1, 1. As you can see, it is behind it. So let me just delete that. So now let's actually get to scripting it. So inside the main frame, create a local script and then rename it to build handler, and then move the template into the build handler, and then replicated storage equals game get service replicated storage. Local objects folder equals replicated storage find for child objects, and then local template equals script find for child template, and local function load items. Also, first let's do ignore game set and disable reset on spawn. So for number, comma, object in pairs, objects folder get children do, local clone equals template clone, clone.parent. Let's get the UI, so local main frame equals script.parent, local build frame equals main frame find for child build frame, local items scroll equals build frame find for child items, and then clone.parent equals items scroll, clone.name equals object.name. And let's clone the object, so local object clone equals object clone. Also, first let's do this. If object is a base part or object is a model, then we will do this because we don't want random things like, for example, a remote event in here. So clone.title.text equals object.name, And let's just for now, let's do load items and press play. As you can see, model and part. Also, first, let's do something to fix this. So enable wraps, fill direction, make that horizontal. And for the padding, let's make that like 10. Yeah. Now we can bring it back in. That just looks a lot better. Object clone dot parent equals clone dot object view. And let's create a camera. So local camera equals instance dot new camera. Camera. Wait, no. Clone dot object view dot current camera equals camera. And then camera let's do if object is a base part, then we will do camera dot c frame equals object dot c frame plus why did I do that? Object c frame plus c frame dot new 0, 0, let's do like 2 maybe. Let's try that. And no, vector 3 expected got c frame. Let me fix that. Vector 3. And yeah, that's just way too close. So let's do like 4. And then let's go like 2 up, maybe? No. Let's do 1 up. Let's wrap this into a cframe.new, and then let's do times cframe.angles 0, 45, 45. Vector 3 expected got c-frame. Okay, that. Undo that. So instead of making that a c-frame, let's just put it in brackets, and then times cframe.angles 0, 0, 0. Now if that creates it does not create an error, so we are good. So we can rotate it. Let's do like 4 to C. Maybe? And nope, we cannot see that. 90. Zero. Let's do 1. 180. Let me. Has to be on the x-axis. Bro, where is this thing? Let me edit it here. So part object view. Let me parent the camera. So in the instance.new, camera, comma, clone.object view. Just to, you know, have it where it's supposed to be. So let me see this. I just have to change some things. So yeah, that's kind of what it's supposed to look like. So the orientation -30, 30, 0. -30, 30, 0. That should be the correct. Nope. Kind of just have to mess with it till you get it right. So let me just do 10, come on. Okay, I see it there. Let me increase that. Nope. Put that in negatives, maybe? Nope. Set that back to 10. Put that 30. I will see you guys once I find the correct rotation for this. And actually, let's do camera.cframe equals cframe.look at object.position so object.position plus vector3.new 1, 0, 0, and then let me do that. No, that did not work. Alright, undo that. I will see you guys once I find the correct orientation for this. Okay guys, I am back and I found the correct thing. So object.cframe plus vector3.new 2, 1.5, 3, and then for the rotation, math.rad -30, math.rad 30, and then 0. So now once we play, it looks like that. So now let's do it for the models. Else camera dot. Let's actually do else if object is a model, then. Oh wait, I forgot the then. Camera, not cframe. Why does it keep doing that? Camera dot cframe equals colon, not colon, parentheses, object get primary part cframe plus vector3 dot new 2, 1, 2. I forgot to set the primary part for the model. Actually, let's do get get extents size. Coordinate frame expected got vector3. So cframe. Bruh. Let me get rid of this. And now it's just gone. So number 31, coordinate frame expected got vector3 dot. Let me try get bounding box. Let's see if that works. Plus vector3 dot new 2 comma. Sorry for that. I took some time to try and figure this out. Camera.cFrame equals parentheses object get bounding box plus vector3 dot new -7, 0, 0 times cFrame dot angles 0, math.rad -90, 0. So that looks like that. As you can see, they line up correctly. And I forgot to do one thing. So let me create a text button. Actually, let's create a text button as the template. So template, size 0.4. Let me just bring this over to here to show you what I am doing. Relative x, like that. And then, nope, not relative yy. Relative x, no text. And now we move all of these over here. We can delete that old text button in there. Now you can delete that frame. And let me real quick add a UI corner just to make it look a bit better. So now we can actually click these, as you can see. So let's do clone.activated connect function. First, let's get the player, so local players equals game get service players. Local player equals players dot local player. Local mouse equals player get mouse. So clone.activated connect function. Local placeholder equals object clone. Placeholder dot parent equals workspace. If placeholder is a model, then placeholder set primary part cFrame. Wait, hold up. Local placeholder equals nil. Let's do if not placeholder. Then we will do this. Local placeholder object. No, not object. Placeholder equals object clone. And then let's get run local run service equals game get service run service dot render step connect function. If placeholder, then local mouse pause equals mouse dot hit. If placeholder is a model, Then placeholder set primary part C-frame, and then C-frame dot new mousepause dot x comma mousepause dot y comma mousepause dot z. Else if placeholder is a base part, then placeholder dot C-frame equals mousepause. And we don't actually have to do this. We can just do mousepause because that is a C-frame. So now when we click, oh geez. Before we do that, we need to do, if placeholder is a model, then for underscore comma I in pairs placeholder get children do. If I is a base part, then I dot can Clyde equals false, I dot can query equals false, and I dot can touch equals false. Let's copy this, and then else if placeholder is a base part, then we can just do that, but change I to placeholder. So now when we click, it won't look like that. And let me fix, let's fix it so it doesn't look at the camera. So placeholder.cframe equals cframe.position equals mousepause.position. And then here we actually have to do cframe.new mousepause.x comma mousepause.y comma mousepause.z. Now it should not look, position is not a valid member of C-frame. Okay. Line 74, so this one. Okay. We have to copy this over, paste it there. Now Z is not a valid member of player mouse instance. Mouse pause top position dot x. So dot position dot oh wait, there it is. We don't have to do that. It's not supposed to be mouse, it's supposed to be mouse pause on the Z. So let me fix that here as well. Now it works. But let's say we want to add a grid. Let's do local grid size equals 2. And then let's actually create a function, local function, set placeholder pause. Set placeholder pause, and that should work the same, as you can see. Yep. So let's do local x, local y, and local z. equals math.round. I'm gonna say mouse pause wait, no. Hold up. 1 second. So math.floor mousepause.x divided by grid size plus 0.5 times grid size. Yep, and then let's copy this, paste it here, but change this to Y, change this to Z. And now we can change this to X, Y, Z. And then same thing here, X, Y, Z. Z is not a valid member of player mouse instance. Oh my god. I meant to do mouse pause on all of these. That is my fault. So as you can see, it now snaps to a grid size of 2 studs, but let's change that to 1. So as you can see, it's like that, but you might also see that it is in the ground. So let's fix that. So plus. So the simple thing we could do is plus 1, but that would not work for the model. Unable to cast double to coordinate frame. Oh, whoops. This is supposed to be in a C frame dot new. As you can see, it will not work for a model. So let's do local Y size equals placeholder if placeholder is a base part, then Y size equals placeholder dot size dot Y divided by 2. So here we need to do, after the times grid size, do plus Y size. And then else if placeholder is a model, then Y size equals placeholder, in parentheses, placeholder get extents size dot Y divided by 2. So actually for the model, let's do divided by 1.5. Divided by 1. No. divided by 0.75. No, that's higher. So divided by 2. Divided by 1.5. Trying to fix this stinking thing. Divided by 1.25. Are you kidding me? Divided by 1.3. Divided by 1.435 actually. There we go. So for the model, it is divided by 1.35. And now it will automatically be centered. So let's do one quick thing real quick. So in the clone.activated, placeholder.transparency equals 0.5, and then i.transparency equals 0.5. That way it just looks a bit better like that. So now let's make us actually able to place it. So create another folder in replicated storage, rename it to events, and then just create a remote event and call it place. So in server script service, create a new script, and then let's do build server local replicated storage equals game service replicated storage local events equals replicated storage find first child events local place event equals events find first child place, then place event dot on server event connect function object comma cf player comma object comma cf. So local objects equals replicated storage find first child objects local object found equals objects find first child object. If object found, then local clone equals object found clone. Clone.parent equals workspace. And then if clone is a model, then else if clone is a base part, then clone.cframe equals cf, and then clone set primary part cframe cf. So now in the build handler, let's get the event variable. So local events equals replicated storage find first child events, and local place event equals events find first child place. And then mouse dot button one up connect function if placeholder then place event fire server placeholder dot name, and then Control X if placeholder is a model, else if placeholder is a base part, then we can do that, and inside the model part, placeholder dot wait. So placeholder dot primary part dot c frame, and then here placeholder dot c frame. So now if we go ahead and select part and place it, as you can see, it will place. And if we do the model, it will place there as well. So now let's just do this. If placeholder, then under all of those, placeholder equals nil. Not new proxy, nil. So now we don't have it being there the entire time. So yeah. So let's quickly add a rotation. So local rotation step equals, let's say, 45 or 15. And let's actually do that another time. But that will basically be it for today's video on how to make a building system in Roblox Studio. Make sure to like and subscribe for more content like this. Peace.